Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining me for News for You with Rebecca. This will be the last episode of News for You for a while. So, I wanted to make a couple of announcements. The first one is that the North Star Digital Literacy class that we plan to hold at both Rawlings and Barkman is full. Part of the reason for that is that we had to cancel the Rawlings class due to renovations and unforeseen changes related to that. So we thank you for your understanding and ask that you check back. News for You with Rebecca will return in October or November. So I'm going to take September off, possibly October, but I'll be back. So you can always reach me by phone 719-553-0206, or you can shoot me an email if you have questions about any of the programs for adult learning at the library. And if you didn't get to enroll in the North Star class this fall, I hope you will reach out to enroll in the spring. We also have our Career Online High School and Diploma program. We do have seats for that right now, so reach out if you're interested in completing your high school diploma. And I sure hope everyone is staying healthy, staying safe, and staying connected. And if there's anything I can do to help you with any of your learning goals, I hope you'll reach out. If we cannot help you either with getting your diploma, learning more about computers and increasing your computer skills, or with our one-to-one coaching program, which we definitely have coaches available right now. And if you're interested in volunteering for that program, please reach out. But I can also help you with resources or just directing you to someone who can help, whether it's here at the library or with one of our community partners or another agency or organization in the community. So please stay connected. Thanks again for joining me for News for You with Rebecca. I hope you enjoy today's episode, if you will, and I hope you're all doing well. Take good care. So before we get started, I wanted to show you another resource around news. And this is a library resource. So I'm on the Pueblo Library website, pueblolibrary.org, and I'm looking here at the scrolling, I guess, the changing banner. And there's a lot of cool stuff happening at the library this fall, including our Two Great Authors series. And so one of them is Yotam Ottolenghi, who's a cookbook author. So that's really exciting. And then we also have Martin Luther King III for our Community Voices feature. So, but what I wanted to show you was the Cloud Library newsstand. And this is just really great because it's got all these different news resources. So I'm going to click on that. And you can see here, you can read all of these magazines for free online. And I mean, there's something for everyone. And so I just wanted to make sure that you knew about this resource because it's pretty amazing. I mean, there's stuff on birds, on travel, on the world, topics covering spirituality and health, wellness, poetry and writing, boating, fishing, crocheting. So there is really something for everyone. And I wanted to make sure that you knew that we had this resource. It's a really incredible resource. The other way you can get there, so if we're at pueblolibrary.org and we go to featured resources, and this could change sometimes, but you could always click on here, and then I think it would help you. You could go to the complete databases or search database, and then again here, newsstand. The other amazing new resource we have is this niche resource. And so if I click on that, it goes to Niche Academy, and you can learn how to use Mango languages. You can learn how to do so many different things, and how to use all these online resources. And I think that's really amazing. So, for example, the Cloud Library, we've got a video on how to use the Cloud Library.
Cloud Library lets you enjoy titles anywhere you go. Dive into thousands of titles in Cloud Library with just a click of a button. You can also place titles on hold if they aren't currently available. With so much to explore, you'll never run out of entertainment. Check out Cloud Library today.
And here on the right, you can see you can learn how to use it on an Android device, an Apple device, a Kindle Fire, a Kobo e-reader, and then how to use the audiobooks. So let's check this one out.
Cloud Library for Apple iOS makes it easy to instantly borrow and enjoy titles on your device. First, download the Cloud Library app from the Apple App Store. When you first open the app, Cloud Library will ask for permission to send you notifications. If you wish to receive notifications, tap Allow. If not, tap Don't Allow. You can select the primary language you want the app to display. Tap Select Language. Select your preferred language, and then tap the screen. For the next step, you need to find your library. Tap your country, state, or province, library, and then tap Next. In order to use the Cloud Library app, you need to agree to the terms and conditions. Tap Accept to move forward. Now enter your library card information, and then tap the Login button. With the setup finished, you'll begin on the Home tab. To find titles, tap the Search tab. Here you can explore featured titles, browse the whole collection, or search for something specific. When you find something interesting, tap a title. A pop-up will appear with a description of the title. If the title is not available, tap the Hold button. If it is available, tap the Borrow button. To download the book to your device, tap Save for Later to enjoy your book at a later time, or tap Read to start reading your new book immediately. The title will open within the app. Swipe left or right, or tap the edge of the screen to turn the digital page. To open and close the Cloud Library reading interface, tap the center of the screen. With the interface open, tap the double A icon to open the text settings box and adjust the text. Tap the three-line icon to find the table of contents, and tap back arrow to go back to the main app. To find the titles you have borrowed and on hold, tap the My Books tab. If you finished a title early, tap Return. Happy reading!
So just an incredible resource. I wanted to make sure that you knew about these. And if you ever need any help with those, you can always ask a librarian or me. I'm always happy to help. Okay, so let's go back to our news for you. I'm going to close those tabs. Okay, so the News for You program today is an article that was actually published in 2012. And I chose this one because I think that during COVID, a lot of people are isolated, and you may know someone who's having that experience right now. And so mental health has become an issue of just how are we staying healthy during isolation. I know now more people are getting out into society, but I thought this would be an interesting article just to think about. I did want to point out that you have all this great vocabulary for the whole issue on the right-hand side. And today, as we're reading, we're going to stop and focus on any of the vocabulary highlighted in blue. And even before we start reading, we can take a look at those words. The first one is loner, and it's a noun, and it means someone who likes to be alone. The next vocabulary highlighted is pairs up, and this is actually a phrasal verb, and it puts two people together. And then this is similar to what I do with learning coaches and learners. We pair them up or match them based on schedules and that sort of thing, and location. And then mentors, which is a noun, and mentors are advisors or teachers. The next vocabulary word highlighted in blue is dramatic, and that's an adjective, means surprising and sudden. The next vocabulary word highlighted in blue is an adjective. It's obese, which means very overweight. Dropout, which is a noun, and here it's used as an adjective, so it's describing, and there are words that can function as both nouns and adjectives. And a dropout is a person who quits a program, and it doesn't have to just be school. Another vocabulary word highlighted in blue is this adjective, which is chronic. So chronic describes diseases here, and chronic means long-term or continuing. So it's helpful sometimes to understand the vocabulary you're going to be dealing with before you read something, because you can start to get a sense of what it might be about. So loner, loneliness, connecting people, pairing people up, getting support from advisors or teachers, things that happen that are surprising, dealing with being overweight, and dropping out of things, quitting things, not following through perhaps, chronic disease, so things that happen where people get sick and then they're sick for a long time or forever, possibly. And so we know this article is about fitness and mental health, right? And I think even since 2012, we say more like mental health rather than mentally ill. So I would definitely prefer that. And I think this is almost 10 years old at this point. So I think it's safe to say that that's a positive shift from mental illness to mental health. Sidetrack on some resources that the library has to share with you. But I wanted to take that moment so that you have more resources for reading the news and reading on topics that are interesting for you. Because one of the best ways to improve our reading and writing skills is to use them, to practice. So, all right, so we're going to get back to our article now. And as I mentioned before, this was published almost 10 years ago, March 28th, 2012. And the title, grab my little red pen here. So the title, Fitness Program for the Mentally Ill, is a big success. And we talked about mental health versus mental illness and the sort of change in language that has happened with that. All right, so I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. And we've already looked at our vocabulary: loner, pairs up, mentors, dramatic, obese, dropout, chronic, and that's it. All right, so we'll start at the beginning. A fitness program in Keene, New Hampshire has helped people with major mental illnesses get in shape. It has also turned their lives around. Now, after winning a $10 million grant, the program is going statewide. A better life. Craig Carey, 47, says he used to be a friendless loner. He'd spend hours sitting in a chair doing nothing or driving around by himself. The fitness program in Shape changed his life. And I'm not sure if we've discussed this before, but here you can see there's an open quote and a closed quote. So this is dialogue. It gave me something to grab onto, Carey said. I came out of my shell. I went to other programs. I got a part-time job. I started to say, okay, my life is getting back together. Shaping up. Carey has two major mental illnesses. In 2003, he became one of the first clients to join in Shape. The program pairs up clients with trained health mentors. They work towards plans that include exercise, nutrition counseling, and quitting smoking. Local doctors help set up health plans. Local college students help with nutrition plans, and the local YMCA provides a fitness center. Clients get back out into the community. They meet people outside the program. The effects can be dramatic. Some clients have gone back to work after decades of joblessness. Others have gone back to school. More dialogue here, you can see with the quote. They develop a sense of self-confidence that really frees them up to do some incredible things, said Ken Ju. He created the program in 2003. Saving lives. Ju, which is the gentleman's last name, came up with the idea for In Shape after attending too many funerals for mentally ill patients who had died young. The average lifespan for people with a major mental illness is 25 years shorter than for mentally healthy people. Some 10.4 million American adults suffer from a major mental illness. The mentally ill, my little grabber's not working. The mentally ill are more likely to smoke and be obese. They're less likely to exercise, and that puts them at risk for major diseases. Being cut off from other people also leads to poor health. In Shape clients spend about 9 months in the program. There is a waiting list. The dropout rate is lower than the dropout rate for healthy adults enrolled in exercise programs. The health mentors are a key part of the program. They support and challenge the clients. The program has helped clients trim waist size, lower blood pressure, and lift feelings of depression. The program cuts down on health costs by treating problems before they develop into chronic diseases. Moving forward, Carey is glad the In Shape program is expanding. He hopes it will help others as it has helped him. You've got to say to yourself, do I want to be here in 10 years where I am now? Or do I want to do something with my life? Carey said. That's what it comes down to. My life isn't perfect, but it's a far cry from what it was 15 years ago. A far cry. And I'm very happy with it. All right. So that is our article for this week. Thank you so much for joining me for News for You with Rebecca. And as I said, I won't be back or doing any of these in September, but we'll pick back up in October or November. Until then, if you have any questions or need any support for meeting learning needs in our community, I am happy to help. And thanks again for joining me. Have a good rest of your day. Keep reading.